Hey, what? Hey, what? Hey, what? Hey. Yeah, I'm not continuing this. You're not paying attention. Yeah, I am. This is season 56 of The Walking Dead, and after that, I'm gonna rewatch Game of Thrones. Didn't you say Game of Thrones left you sore and you never wanted to relive that letdown? Yeah, but this time I'll try to contain my disappointment. Don't distract me. That's not what I meant by you're not paying attention. I meant you're not paying attention to me. What? Yeah, why aren't you paying attention to me? What even are you? I'm your idea. Like a child? I'm the closest thing you'll have to a child for a long time. Well, why are you bothering me? What are you here for? I'm trying to remain motionless for my entire self-quarantine here. Don't you remember your IT project? Holy mother of... What? I completely spaced on that. What on earth am I gonna do? Hush, hush. I know exactly how we're gonna do it because I'm your idea. Ah, that's awesome. Tell me what you've got to say. Well, we start the video like...
Jordan!
Yes?
Go wash the dishes!
Was I... What? I had an idea. I remember it was... What was it? I almost had it. We all have ideas sometimes. They start as these little floating things in our minds that we can feel so passionately, and we want to capture them. You can feel yourself grasping after your own Microsoft, your own Google, your own Virgin Atlantic, your own Yankee with no brim. But just as it tentatively shuffles past your fingertips, whoosh, you're left with a fat L and all is lost. But does it have to be that way? Does it have to be that every time your mind spits out another fluffy, formless brain orb, it disappears with only your confusion as proof it ever existed? Even worse, sometimes we come up with something and let it sit there without acting on it, and the idea proceeds to phase out of existence, and again, confusion. You see, this is an idea. It's very picky about where it stays, and your brain is constantly spitting them out faster than a procrastinating student who realizes that the Moodle quiz closes in 5 minutes. They don't really stay in place for a long time, and they're certainly not willing to wait in line with the other things that want to grab your attention. They like space too. Space to grow and proliferate. But most of us don't always have our minds clear. Expert thinkologists estimate that you think 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts a day. Your brain is basically a highway of thoughts rushing to and from their 9 to 5 milliseconds of fame in your mind's eye. And your ideas are these little fragile things that will get absolutely demolished amidst the turbulent roadway of your mind. Of course, I'm not sure if the head-on collision between an idea and a thought will be violent. Probably be pretty sad actually. But the point is, your ideas can die as quickly as they're created. But if you nurture your idea baby to adulthood, they could change the world. You could change your world. The truth is, your ideas are what make you different. They will make you special and give you that cutting edge above the rest. Philo Farnsworth, 14, gets the idea for television while working on his family's farm in Idaho. This idea will guide most of the choices he makes for the rest of his life as he makes it a reality. Surely enough, people did express doubts about television. Yeah, really. In 1939, an all-around epic year in history, the New York Times published an article that stated, "The problem with television is that the people must sit and keep their eyes glued on a screen. The average American family hasn't time for it. Therefore, showmen are convinced that for this reason, if for no other, television will never be a serious competitor of broadcasting." Unsure words were never spoken or written. Oh, how surprised they must have been when, yes, the average American family did in fact find time to keep their eyes glued to a screen, and yes, keeping your eyes glued to the screen was kind of the appeal. Now, television is a staple of not only the American family, but the global family's entertainment. Marie Van Britten Brown, a born Van Britten who married Albert Brown, was a nurse who had an idea for a home security system because of how long it would take police to reach her neighborhood. Mrs. Van Britten Brown's community in Queens, New York had a high crime rate, and well, she didn't like wondering who was on the other side of her door at all times. Was it a door-to-door gun salesman or a guy who wanted to make a quick buck by robbing her house and also happened to have a gun, or a Girl Scout selling cookies and, coincidentally, guns? She applied for the patent in 1966, and modern security systems all build off of her invention. Apart from transcending at least two stereotypes, Marie nurtured her idea and cemented her place in history. All this is to say that ideas are what make our world spin. That will keep us moving forward, and your brain is always making more of them. It's important that you make sure that your ideas don't fall into the abyss of who knows what, but rather go out into the world and make the difference that you're capable of making. Don't let that idea die. You've got what it takes to make it a reality.